Ladies and gentlemen, all hail King T'Challa because Black Panther is #1 again this week. Hello everybody on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Once again, I am Robert Storms and Black Panther, all hail the King of Wakanda because Black Panther once again dominated the box office this past weekend. I got the numbers right here. Black Panther made $65.7 million in its third weekend in the box office. Red Sparrow coming in #2. This is the difference between #1 and #2 here, guys. We got Black Panther with $65.7 million. Red Sparrow 17 million. Can you see the fucking gap in between those? It is crazy. Black Panther only dropped another 41%, which is still good because between week 1 and week 2, it only dropped 40-something%. Between week 2 and week 3, it only dropped another 40%, where most movies drop between 50 to 60, in some cases 70%. Black Panther is staying steady in that 40% mark. But when you have a director like a Ryan Coogler and he comes in and he takes a character that people aren't familiar with and you put that Marvel brand, you have Kevin Feige and you have that machine behind him, you get results like this. This is what happens when you make good movies. Okay, it isn't so easy as just putting superheroes on the screen and thinking you're gonna make a lot of money. Look at the DCEU. That is constant proof that you can't just throw Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all these characters on the screen and expect you're gonna make a lot of money, because it doesn't happen. You take a studio like Marvel Studios, or studios that has been working and building and getting the fan base and the critic base all behind them. And then you take a character like Black Panther, a representation of the black community, and you take a director like Ryan Coogler, a guy who knocked it out of the park with Fruitvale Station, with Creed, and you put his vision with Kevin Feige's, and this is why this movie makes so much money. Okay, you can't just sit there and go, we're going to do 500 different Joker movies. We're not going to do Batgirl or Flashpoint or whatever stupid shit they're doing over there. The way you go about it is the way Kevin Feige did it. You take characters and you build good movies. Even the worst MCU movie is still okay to good. There's never been an MCU movie that has been complete trash. There hasn't been. The worst one is still good and passable. And you build that resume. You build the fan base behind you that wants to go see these movies. And I talk to people at work that don't see Marvel movies. I had a guy come up to me and said, yeah, I went and saw Black Panther. It was a good movie. I don't understand all the other stuff that was going on in the movie because I never watched Marvel movies, but Black Panther was a good movie. So even people who aren't necessarily going to see these MCU movies go see it because what this movie represents. And that is why Black Panther is staying strong. And that's why this movie has legs for days and is constantly going to make that money again. Let's say Black Panther drops another 40% next week, right? That's still going to put it at 40 million, 45 million next week. If it can still stay in that range of dropping 40%, it's still going to stay within the I would say 35 absolute lowest, but I have a feeling it's going to come in between 40 and 45 million again next week. And that is insane, having a character in their first solo standalone film, a character who isn't well known, to come out and make the amount of money that is made is insane. But what do I know, guys? I'm just some guy that talks on the internet, right? But I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to hit those like buttons. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I want to take this time to thank all my new subscribers. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you're up to date on all the new content. I will have another video coming out later on today talking about the upcoming 7 new Marvel MCU movies that has been announced. I'm going to talk about what they could be. I have some ideas, so be sure to stay tuned for that later on today. And until next time, guys, as always, I want to thank you. And until next time, I'm Robert Storms. And that's my opinion.